So close your eyes, take a deep breath, and fuck me in the ass, cause I love Jesus. The good Lord would want it that way.
Fuck! Hey everybody, my name is Niall, welcome back to the fucking show. I've done that intro 5,000 times before I finally got it right. Leaving it in, fuck it. You probably already saw the thumbnail, the title, everything. I'm not about to sit here and pretend like the subject of today's video is a fucking secret, unlike some YouTubers on this platform. Today, we are going to be talking about the login system changes coming to Warframe. Don't mind my hair. It's doing a thing. It's doing a thing today. Those of you who have just passively been watching my channel will know a good majority of my channel is video games, taking an analytical look at the latest and greatest of video games, and then sometimes anime on YouTube. Every so often, every rare occasion that comes by, I like to dip my toes into some controversy. And when those two things clash, I can't help but talk about it. This wasn't even going to be the video today. I was planning to do a Warframe theory. Believe it or not. I know, I haven't done a theory on this channel yet. Mostly because I'm bad at coming up with them, but with Warframe I think I got a solid one. That'll come out at a later date. And depending on when my new shit for YouTube arrives, that video might actually be in a completely different format than what you're seeing now. This genuinely interests me because the only time I've ever seen something more split down the middle than this was literally the 2016 election. Even then, you could kind of predict who was on whose side. Like, if someone was a Republican, chances are they're voting for Trump. If someone was a Democrat, chances are they're voting for Hillary. But this, it's like, people in the same fan bases don't even agree. I was on Rob's stream the other day, where he was ranting on and on about the login changes. And literally, his own fans disagreed with him, which is something that I don't see often. And what irony it is that such a topic is related to a game where this is its first major controversy in the 5 years it's been running. The only thing that even comes close is Melee 3.0, and even then, the only people who really disagreed with DE are the people who relied on Spin to win, which, if you ask me, is a microscopically small minority of the community. I've been playing the game for 3 years, and I've maybe seen 1 or 2 people unironically use Spin to win. Most of the player base, including myself, basically unanimously agreed that even though there are a few things that are like, oh, that's worrying, what's gonna happen with that? By and large, it actually sounded pretty good. So for a game that has never had a major controversy, now having one of the most split down the middle controversies I've seen in all of gaming is quite like, this is 0 to 100. Like, we went from 0 to world destruction. And for those of you who are unaware of what the hell I'm talking about here, let me give you the rundown. So essentially, DE on their most recent dev stream announced that they're changing the login system. They teased about changing the login system so that players can actually choose what rewards they can strive for. So instead of waiting 700 days to get the Sigma on Octanus, or 400 days to get the Zenistar, you can get it at 100 days. This has riled a lot of veterans, including myself, in a bit of a frenzy. So, disclaimer, full disclosure, full disclaimer, full transparency, I consider myself somewhat of a casual veteran. Meaning, I've played the game for a very long time. I know the ins and outs of the game, but I'm not one of those, like, log in every day, play 3 hours every single day of the year kind of people. I play the game whenever I feel like playing it, which could mean every week, could mean every 3 days, it could mean 25 hours a day. Depends. It just depends on what I'm feeling. Like when the Plains of Eidolon was released, right? I was obsessed with Warframe. I had an unhealthy relationship with this game. I played it so much I forgot to eat. I lost 5 pounds over the course of a week when playing Warframe, which doesn't sound like a lot. But when you look like this and lose 5 pounds in a week, there's a fucking issue with that. Losing 5 pounds out of this, out of what I have here right now, is actually a pretty decent chunk of my body weight. I have a pair of work jeans that I now have to wear a belt with that used to fit perfectly fine, but now I have to pull them up every 10 minutes because my waist has gotten smaller. Other than a few outlier situations, like when the Sacrifice dropped or when the Plains of Eidolon was released, stuff like that, I play the game relatively often, whenever I feel like playing. I'm not the type of person to log in every single day. So I probably have 56 days or something like that. I don't know. So this system doesn't necessarily affect me, per se. But the meaning of this change, the direction this change points to, is what infuriates me. Because this isn't the first time DE has low-key kind of fucked their veterans in order to cater to their new players. It is okay to cater to new players. Absolutely. In fact, I would 100% recommend Warframe cater to new players, because right now they have a massive new player issue, right? New players are coming and going by the truckload because the game at the beginning is way too complicated and doesn't really tell you what you need to be doing in order to progress. It can be really overwhelming. True story. When I first started playing Warframe, I didn't rank up any of my mods for 3 months. I was restricted to playing only low-level missions because I had no possible idea how anyone would be capable of going beyond Mars, because the enemies were too hard. Then I find out fusion exists, and now I have fully ranked mods, and I can do harder and higher ranked missions. Let me put it this way. When I have to go to a third-party website in order to find out what kind of mods I need to get, what kind of Warframes I need to get, and what missions I need to find them on, that's an issue! When I spend, 10% of my time playing your game researching on a third-party website, your game has issues that you need to fix. So I fully, absolutely, completely, 100% respect the decision to cater to new players. Because let me tell you, Warframe has the biggest new player problem I've ever seen in gaming. But when you're catering to new players is at the expense of veterans, that's where I draw the line. That's where I draw a line in the sand. This is not the first time DE has fucked over the veterans to cater to new players. When the login system was first introduced, mind you, the veterans, the people who have already been playing for fucking, I don't even know how long, like 2.5 years by the time the login system was introduced. When the veterans were already playing for 2.5 years before the login system was introduced, they got nothing and were reset and put on an even playing field with the people who have been playing for 3 days. But yeah, you get my point. There are numerous examples of veterans getting absolutely raped without even so much as a warning, so that DE can cater to the new players. Destiny 2 is a perfect example of game developers gangbanging their veterans so that they can cater to the new players. Things like the fact that we literally had to start over so that we were on an even playing ground with the new players. Fucking what? By all means, cater to the new players. But don't do it at the expense of your veterans. The veterans are the ones who are keeping the game alive. Destiny would have fallen years ago if it wasn't for the people saying, I'm gonna stick around and play this game and enjoy it and wait till it gets better. Not to mention the fact that sooner or later the new players are gonna become the veterans. And when they feel like they're getting screwed, they're gonna leave just like the original veterans did. Before I go, I wanna say a few things first. First of all, sorry for not uploading last week. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll know that I woke up with a shit-filled bowl of cereal in the morning. Not only was it just a huge like background noise for the video, which is never good, but I also just had a massive headache all day, and I was tilted. Like, I woke up and someone just immediately shit all over my Frosted Flakes. So yeah, I'm sorry for not uploading last week. Yeah, it's a whole it's all fucked. Secondly, like I said at the beginning of this video, depending on when my shit comes in, the format on this channel is going to be changing a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit of experimentation. Let me know how you feel about all of that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video for today. Leave a like on the video if you did. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Not necessarily, actually. I'm actually usually pretty level-headed in my videos. This is kind of a one-off thing, unless you want it to be a regular thing, in which case I can make it a regular thing. I will hopefully see you guys in my next video. This is Nio, signing out.